What is going on, YouTubers? My name is Let Your Light Shine, and let me tell you something. Improving your memory is probably the easiest and simplest task you can ever learn in your life. Very easy. Anybody can do it, and the word bad memory does not exist in this world, but within your conscious. Alright? If you think about it, you'll live it. So don't think bad memory, it does not exist, and with this technique, you can overcome any quote quote bad memory. Alright, so let's get to this very quickly. I'm not going to waste your time, but simply inform you. There are two types of memory, short-term memory and long-term memory. You generally know the specs about these memories, and short-term memory, it's going to hold not that many items, about 7 or less items for a short time. We're talking 10 seconds to a minute, not very long at all. Now long-term, no limits whatsoever. You can memorize as many items as you want within long periods of time. I'm talking years or your whole life. Okay, so if you're memorizing for a test, you're going to want to use your long-term memory. So the next question we're going to have is, how do we get long-term memory? Okay, so that's going to bring us to this question. We're going to answer that very quickly. Let's first take a look at this flower. What do we notice about this flower? Three main things, if not more. We notice that it's blue, has 5 petals, and that the middle of this flower, the stem, is green. Alright? So why is this important? Why should we memorize this? Our brain is subconsciously asking these questions, and it knows that it's not really important. Okay? Now, the brain can be deceived easily, your conscious, and you can create made up memories to memorize these. Okay? You can use two techniques. Stories or logic. Alright? And we'll get back to that in just a second. We're going to move on down. Like I said here, our brain marks things as important that it wants to memorize. Okay? So if an object or thing is important or has some significance to it, you'll remember it forever. Alright. So let's take a look at numbers. Okay? If we add significance to this amount of numbers, no matter how long, no matter what's in it, if we add significance, we will remember it forever. Alright, so let's take a look here. So we have the first 4 numbers I recognize as maybe a year. We have 19, which represents the year 1900, and then we have 40. The first thing I think of as 1940 is 1 year after World War II started in 1939. So we can use that as significance. Let's set this story plot for the story we're creating. Alright, so we're in 1940, 1 year after World War II started. Very big. The next 2 numbers we have is 6 or 16. We know that overall the year 16 is very big in people's lives because it's the first year they're eligible to get a driver's license. Okay, so we're in 1940, 1 year after World War II, and we're going to get our driver's license because we're 16 years old. Okay, the next number is 32. Very easy number to remember. Why? Because it's literally 16 times 2. Okay, pull out the calculator if you need to, but just remember that equation. Okay, the next thing we have is a 0. I like to call a 0 a base number, and it's very obvious. It's 0. It's the base number in the numerical alphabet. Alright, and then we have 9 right after it, which is the max number in the numerical alphabet. Okay, so we can say, oh, we're going to jump from 0 to 9. That's easy. Base number to max number. Alright? And then 7, it rhymes with the word heaven, and we're going to end up being in heaven after we die. Okay? So we can create the storyline. We're in 1940, 1 year after World War II. We're getting my driver's license, and I'm 16, just to let you know. And remember, 16 times 2 is 32. We're starting at the base number of 0 all the way to 9. That's how the numerical alphabet works. Okay, I'm going to get in a car crash and I'm going to die and I'm going to go to heaven. Why is heaven significant? Because it rhymes with 7, and that's our last number. And we can just think of it like a story like that and remind ourselves, that each day, each week, each month, just once a week, and you'll remember that. Okay, so what's our year? 1940. How old are we? We're 16, and just a little simple fact for you, 16 times 2 is 32. And to show you how the numerical alphabet works, we're going to start at 0 and go to 9. Okay, so 0, 9. Now we got our driver's license. Oh no, we went off the road. We're dead. Now we're in heaven. Heaven rhymes with 7. Okay? That's how we memorize these numbers. We're literally bypassing the short-term memory into the long-term memory, and it's that simple. So next we're going to go to words, how to memorize words, and how we can use this technique for this. Alright, so let's take a look at the word petitsa, okay? Russian word meaning bird. Petitsa, alright? No accent involved, just for the simplicity of this tutorial. So, what does petitsa sound like? Well, if you take out the T after the P, it sounds like pizza. Petitsa, pizza. Alright? So we can create this story. Last summer, I went to New York. I got this pizza, and it was delicious, and I loved it, and I was eating it, and I was almost done. Then this bird swooped down, got my pizza, and flew out of there. It was a huge event. I told all my friends about it. It was the craziest thing, and that's why I'm never going to New York again, because of that bird and that pizza incident. Okay, so the first thing we think of bird is that incident in New York. Well, what happened in New York? A bird ate my pizza. So the first thing we think of bird is pizza. All right. Now, if we simply add a T after P, and those rhyme, so that makes it even easier, we have petitsa, which is the word for bird in Russian. By using these simple skills, you can go to a variety of different options when memorizing words, whether it's story, what it rhymes with, what it sounds like. The biggest key is associating words, objects, things, numbers, whatever, with events that are significant, with words or things that you already know. All right. If you can take a word and say, "Wow, that sounds like a word I already know," and link those, it's easy, guys. Very easy, and it's not learning at all because you know it instantly. And I guarantee you, you will now know the word for bird in Russian for as long as you live, okay? You may go for a month or two with knowing it, and then without actually using that word, it will slowly drift off, but it's going to be in your mind for at least a month. And if you remind yourself each week what bird is, just kind of test, like, do I still know what the word for bird is in Russian? Yeah, it's petitsa. Why? Pizza, petitsa. Okay, just do that each week. You'll know it forever. And if you don't do that each week, you'll know it for a month, and that's still a very long time. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to improve your memory. It's very easy, doesn't take any time at all. It's simply a strategy of bypassing the short-term memory to the long-term memory. Hopefully this helped you out today, and if you have any questions, comment below. Have a wonderful, blessed day, YouTubers.